Greetings and salutations. Today we're going to take a look at Star Realms. I'm continuing looking at small games that I can take with me when I'm traveling, and I find myself in a hotel room in some strange city, and obviously the options are I can go out and lurk around in some dingy bar somewhere, or I can use it as an opportunity to sit down and do some solo gaming. And as I don't enjoy drinking that much, I would rather have a solo game. So I'm looking at games that have a small box and a small footprint, can be played on a table quite easily, in a hotel room, in a bed and breakfast, or wherever you might find yourself. And today I'm looking at Star Realms Frontiers. And just to give you an idea of the size of this, we have a banana for scale. You can see it is not that big, the banana or the box for that matter. But that's what we've got, so you can see what we're doing. And Star Realms Frontiers. There are many expansions for Star Realms, and I have 2 or 3 myself, and I normally have all the cards built in, but I'm concentrating today just on the base Star Realms Frontiers pack. It's a standalone expansion, kind of like an oxymoron there. You don't need anything else. If you're going into Star Realms for the first time, just get this. It comes with a bunch of solo scenarios, co-op scenarios. I'm looking at, obviously, the solo game. So today, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be playing the first scenario in a campaign game. Now, this is a campaign that's been put together by one of the Star Realm fans, and I got this off BoardGameGeek, and you'll see a link below where, if you're interested, you can go and find this and you can download it for yourselves. It's called Mistakes Made, and it tells a story of a particular person, that's going to be me, where I'm supposed to have been a vice admiral of the Star Empire, and for various reasons I've been ostracized and I'm now living on a small planet. And again, for various other kind of background story reasons, the pirates of the Dark Star have now got this planet in their sights, and they want to kind of take over this planet. And the people, the residents of this planet, they need to band together and fight off the pirates of the Dark Star. And there's only one person really with any military history, any military background on this planet, which just happens to be me. So they asked me to come along and lead the resistance against the pirates of the Dark Star. And there is the Pirates of the Dark Star card. Okay, so here we go. As with all deck builders, you start off with your standard deck, and you take yourself 5 cards. And if you've never played Star Realms before, basically what happens is you'll get cards, you'll see these little red icons on here. They're basically hit points, smack points, where your authority is lessened until it gets down to 0. When you have 0 authority, you're out of the game. So the Pirates of the Dark Star have a certain strength, and I have a certain strength. And in this particular scenario, the pirates start with 25 points of health, of authority, and I start with 50. Yay. So on the, just looking at this, technically, I'm feeling pretty good. I should be able to get my forces together, rally the citizens of the planet, which is called Minerva, by the way. The citizens of Minerva, we should be able to gang together, and we should be able to beat back the pirates of the Dark Star. So every turn, being a deck building game, I'm going to turn over 5 cards, except for the very first turn. You only get to turn over 3. Use my gold. I'm going to get currency. You can see by these little yellow things here. That's how much these cards cost, or how much gold they give you. There's the cost in the corners there. But you'll pick this up as we get through it. So I get 3 cards to start off with. And like with most of deck building type of games, when you start off, you don't have really good cards. You don't have really strong cards. You're having to build these things up, hence the name deck builder. So my scouts are going out, and effectively they've gained me 3 gold. So I can buy anything from this trade row up to a value of 3. Obviously, I can't buy a 4. So all these things are available to me. And you'll notice that there are different factions. There's the green faction, there's a blue faction at this stage. There's a yellow faction and a red faction that come through. And they all play slightly differently. I'm not going to go into the wherefores of all of that at the moment. Again, on BoardGameGeek, people have put strategy guides out on how to play this game. Okay, I haven't quite got into that yet. But I've got 3 points to spend. Now, look at these cards here. That looks like a really good one because it gives me 4 hit points when it comes up, and it gives me 3 authority back. So I can start getting my life points back. So that's not bad. That's pretty cool. Gives me 3 hit points. And if I get another green card coming up at the same time, the ally ability kicks in, which gives me another 3 hit points. So if 2 green cards come up at the same time, both lines will kick in. So that's pretty cool as well. And that's only worth 1. So I could buy that for 1. I could buy that for 2. And get that going. That would give me the 3 points to spend. Or the one with the 4 and the... I like the 4 and the 3. I like the idea of getting my health back as well. Because when your health starts to go down, and this guy can smack us quite hard in the game. So I'm going to take this card. So 3 points. Spent my gold. That's the end of my turn as such. That goes to there. This card gets turned over. And you'll notice that some of these cards are vertical, others are horizontal. These are bases. And they protect you. They'll be out here, and they've got a shield value which will protect me when these pirates are attacking me. These are ships, and these are bases. So different kinds of cards that are available. Okay, so that was my turn. It's now the Pirates of the Dark Star. It's their turn. And the AI in Star Realms is very clever. What they do is they trash the end card out of the game. Everything moves down 1. A new card gets turned over. And the color of the faction determines what happens, what the action is or reaction is of the pirates. So we turned over a blue, and you quickly check over here. The boss, that's this guy here, the boss attacks with hit points and gains health equal to twice the cost of the card. So effectively, he hits me for 6 and he gains 6 health points. So I'm on 50 health points. So take off 6. Mental arithmetic has to be good in this game as well. Takes me down to 44. So there we go, 44. And you'll see that there's a nifty little scoring mechanism here. A couple of cards, you move them around, and it tells you how many points. I can see at a glance I've got 44 points. This guy started with 25. He's just gained 6. So that takes him up to 31. So we move that there to there, and I can now see that he's got 31 points. And that's the end of the pirate's turn. I now dosh out my 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And as you can see, your starter deck has a lot of these scouts, just getting you gold, which is allowing you to buy new cards, and a couple of these vipers, which have got a few hit points, which you start smacking the enemy. Okay, so my viper, bang, hit them for 1 point. So it takes them down from 31 down to, strange enough, 30. 4 to spend. Okay, so I bought a blue card last turn. That's called the Trade Federation. And so if I buy another Trade Federation, when they're allied, I'll get extra authority, extra health back if that comes in. So it could be a good idea to buy another one of these patrol boats and get the 4 hit points and the health. I quite like that idea. Or I could buy some green, some blobs, as they're called, and get myself some defense. What I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this for 1, put it over there, and in Star Realms you automatically or immediately replace the trade row, so there could be something else of some interest coming up immediately. Not interested in that. I've spent 1 point, I've got 3 to spend. I'm going to buy this particular, what do you call it, the yellow. This is called the Star Empire. And don't forget, I am a disgraced Star Empire Vice Admiral type person. So I have a certain amount of allegiance towards the yellow cards, you know, my old mates, as it were. So I'm going to take this for 3, and that's going to give me, it says draw a card. So when it pops up next time, I'm going to be able to draw another card and use the special ability of that. So there we go. Right, and that's the end of my turn. As you can see, I'm running out of cards here. What will happen is I'll pick up all these discarded cards, shuffle them, and then take another 5. So the cards I'm buying are now going to be cycling through my deck. Hopefully, I'm going to get some cards which are going to allow me to trash some of those scouts and some of those vipers. Get rid of those low cards and just concentrate on the higher scoring cards. Okay, that was the end of my turn. End of the trade row gets trashed. They all move down. New card gets pulled over, and it's another blue card. Now we know from last turn, if it's a blue, the pirates, they get to hit me for twice that value, and they get twice that value in health points. So I lose another 6 points. Takes me down to 38. Without a calculator, I hope you noticed that. 38. He gets himself 6 points. That takes him up to 36. And so that's it. His health went up. My health went down. End of turn. So within 2 turns, he's actually built up his strength quite nicely while knocking me down. These pirates are a little bit vicious. I'm a bit rusty, you know, being a Vice Admiral. I've been on this planet. I actually haven't had to think militarily for a whole bunch of time, so I'm not quite as sharp as I maybe could be. So, but let's hope these guys don't get the better of me. Okay, so I've drawn 2. Didn't have any more cards to draw. Reshuffle my deck and pull the other 3 that I need. Aha! Now we start getting into the new cards. There we go. So that pops up. That's now going to, with these bases, when you're attacked, the hit points have to go against the base first before they actually hit you. So that's great. So this gives me a defense factor of 3, which is really nice. Okay. Also, it says draw a card, then discard a card. So I get to draw another card. Now I've got to discard a card out of my hand. So I either have to get rid of one of these golds. I'm not going to get rid of that one, obviously, or I get rid of the fighter. So the 4 gold is probably the better thing to keep. Do I need 4 gold? What am I going to buy now? I think I'm going to buy that boat. That gives me the hit points and it replenishes my authority. So I think I'm going to discard a gold, which I've done that. Get to spend my 3 gold, which is purchasing that. And 1 hit points, 1 smack point against this dude over here. So the pirates take a little bit of damage. I'm hoping some of these cards are going to come through and start knocking this guy. Lose the end, they all move down, and a new card, a yellow card. This is the Star Empire faction. And what have we got here? The boss attacks with hit points equal to twice the cost. And that player discards 2 cards. When it says that player, at the moment obviously it's solo, it has to be me. You could be playing this as a co-op game. You, your wife, your girlfriends, your buddies, your brother, your sister, your aunt, your uncle, whoever. You could be playing, there's 2 or 3 of you playing against the pirates. So whoever turn it was, that player would have to discard 2 cards. So let me see what I've got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These are the cards in my hand for discarding. Now, I have to discard 2. That's really annoying. 1 Viper and 1 gold. That's going to be my turn, or my hand for next turn. Okay. Pirates make me discard 2, and they hit me for twice the cost of the card. That's a 2, so I lose 4 authority. I have a tendency to also call this stuff health. So if I say health, I mean authority. If I say authority, I mean health. It's kind of like your life points. All these words are all kind of intermingled, but it's basically how well you're surviving, or not surviving as the case may be. Okay, so I've got 34 authority, he's got 35 authority. Early days, I started at 50, I'm being whittled down. He started at 25 and he's built himself up. Not doing well at this point. In fact, the citizens of Minerva might actually fire me and try and find somebody else to do their job, because I'm not doing a good job at the moment. Okay, haha. I had 3 points against my base. Forgot about that. So although he attacked me 4, 3 of them would have been absorbed by my base. So we need to put those 3 back. 1, 2, 3. I would have only lost 1 authority. The base gets knocked out. It doesn't get destroyed. It just goes into my discard pile. It gets recycled through. So it's there. It protected me though. It absorbed 3 points of damage, which is great. Okay, my turn. I've lost 2 cards. This is what I've got to play with. I get 3 points of authority back. That's great. That's the beauty of this card. It builds you up again. 37, that takes me up to 40. Yay. And I get 4 hit points, smack points, damage, whatever you want to call it, against the pirates. 4 points takes him down to 31. This is quite nice. Target opponent discards a card. Now, if you're playing conflict, myself against somebody else, my opponent would then have to discard a card. You can't do that when you're playing solo against the AI. So if it says discard a card, it translates into me getting another card. So that's quite nice. That's 2 points. I've got 2 points to spend. That's out of reach, that's out of reach, that's out of reach. That's not bad. Gives me 2 gold and 2 authority back. And it's blue. I've got a couple of blues here already. Okay. Or I could buy an Explorer card. The Explorer card's always available. That's why the whole deck of these things here. When they come up, you get 2 gold, and you also get the option to scrap them. You may have noticed at the bottom corners, there's this little symbol. It looks like a dustbin, which is indeed what it is. You can scrap them, they get thrown out, but whatever that special ability is, that kicks in. So I could get that, get the 2 gold, and then scrap it for another 2 hit points. But on my 2 to spend, I could buy that for 1, turn another card over, and that could be another card for 1, get 2 cards into my hand. There's an option, and I'll get another allied, but also the yellow is quite good, because if I get a yellow comes up with my bases, I get another 4 hit points. I like that one. Okay, I'm going to take the 2 gold to buy this one here. So we'll take that, and a new card gets a blob, the blob faction. Okay, so that card, that's the end of my turn. And what have we got happening now? Okay, fine. Next, it's the pirate's turn. What happens? End card gets trashed, that all moves down, new card comes in, and it's a red faction. This is called the Machine Cult. The red faction, they're pretty good fighters. They've got a lot of firepower, and also they allow you to take cards out of your deck. So you can get rid of, you can start weeding out those 1 scouts and those 1 vipers. Not too good to do it too early in the game, because if you do that, you're not going to have any gold, you can't buy anything. So you've got to play a couple of turns with those cards in so you can buy stuff. Okay. Reds, what does the red do? The boss attacks with hit points equal to twice the cost of the highest card in the row, which is a 4. So I get smacked for 8 points this turn. 40 down to 32. Okay, and that's the end of the pirate's turn. Right. Okay, 2 cards for me. There's one of these blasted scouts. So the trouble is, while you've still got these cards, they're cluttering up your deck. They're only giving you 1 gold, and you're not getting the good cards out. So do a quick pile shuffle here. The best way to shuffle cards is to do a pile shuffle, and a quick one of those as well, just for variety. And 3, 4, 5. What have we got? Right, so I've got 3, 4 hit points against the pirates. Unfortunately, that other 4 there doesn't kick in because I don't have another Star Empire ship to ally with it. So just 4 hit points. 31 down to 27. Okay, so that's that one and that one played. And I've got 2, 3, 4. Ah, target opponent discards a card. And as we said, they can't discard a card. I get to pick one up. Great, let's see what we get. Yay. Okay, not so bad. 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got 5 points to spend. Ah, there's a nice one. Look at that. It's a cruiser. No, it's not. It's a crusher. Green, 6 hit points for 3 points. I've got this one, which is red, also for 3, gives me 5 hit points. And you may scrap a card in your discard pile. I think I'm going to go for this one to weed the rubbish out. That's going to be there for another turn yet, so I might be able to get that one next turn. So I'm going to take this one for 3. 1, 2, 3, and I've got 2 gold points still to spend. I'm going to take... Oh, let's replenish this first. See what we get. Okay, fine. It's worth 4. I can't buy that. But I can take an explorer worth 2. That wasn't so bad. I'm getting a little bit spread out with my factions. I've got a couple of greens, a couple of yellows, I've got a couple of blues, now I'm getting a red. So I'm not really concentrating on any particular factions. I'm spreading myself out a little bit, but hopefully they're going to kick in. Another couple of turns, maybe try and focus a bit. That goes, and here we are. It's a red one, and we know from the red, boss attacks with twice the value of the highest card, which unfortunately in this case is 8. Ouch. That's a bit nasty. 32 points minus 8, that takes me down to 30 minus 6, 24. Not doing well at all. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. This is a campaign. This is the very first scenario in this campaign. And I'm supposed to be rallying the forces of this planet together to beat off the pirates. And what's happening? They're knocking the living daylights out of me. I think it's going to be a very short-lived campaign at this stage. Okay, maybe I need to go on a what do you call it, a travelling trip for at least a week or so and try and get my way through this. What have I got? What have I got? What have I got? What have I got? Okay, I've got 3 authority coming back. That's what we need. Back up to 27. That's cool. Draw a card, then discard a card. Draw a card. Look at that. Ha! I think I'm going to keep the money and I'm going to get rid of the singular hit points. I've got another 4 hit points over here. Hit him for 4. Takes him down to 23. And I'm on 27, so I'm slightly above him at the moment. Tight though, tight. Done the 4, I've taken my 3 authority, 3 to spend. I think we need to take this guy here. Take this crusher, 6 hit points. If he comes up with the green as well, there's going to be multiple hit points. That's what we need. Maybe we need to start thinking on concentrating on the blob faction. But I have got a base in place to give me a bit of protection. That's good as well. Right, so I bought that. That gets replaced. Ooh, this is one of the nicest cards in the deck. A light cruiser. 4 hit points. Target opponent discards a card. If he gets allied, you get another 2 hit points. It only costs 3. Ah, lovely card. And guess what's now going to happen? It's going to get strapped immediately. And moving down. Right, green faction. The pirates. The boss attacks with 3 times the cost of the card just drawn. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. There's 9 hit points against my authority. That takes me down 27, 16, 18 it takes me to. Oh dear. Ah, I absorbed 3. Forgot about that. So that takes me up to 21. Okay, but my base gets knocked out. They don't last long, these bases, do they? Aha, look at that. Again, no allies. That's what you get for spreading your factions out. Not too bad though. 3 authority back, that's pretty cool. Takes me up to 24. Hit points, 4 plus 5 over here. That gives me 9. 9 hit points, 23. Takes him down to 30. It takes him down to 14. That's nice. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. You may scrap a card in your discard. I don't have a discard pile at this stage. 2, 3, I've got 4 to spend though. 4 to spend. I need hit points. I want hit points to knock this guy. I'm going to take another green one again. Let me take him for 3. And this gives me 1 money. I'm not actually going to clog my deck up. I'm going to waste a gold point. I'm not actually going to buy this, although it's only 1. We're getting near the end of the game. It's down to 14. I don't want to clog my... it says you can scrap a card in your discard pile and gives me some money. Ow. Whatever. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's not always a good idea just to buy anything, though, because you start to build your deck up with cards which aren't that wonderful. Especially if you're going to try and gain more hit points. I really don't need too much in the way of gold. I don't want to keep buying lots of cards. I want to cycle through these cards quickly. Maybe not the best thing to have done, but I've done it. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm going to scrap this guy. You see he's got the dustbin symbol on it. I can scrap him for 2 hit points. So that's what I'm going to do. So I'll scrap it and take him down to 12. That goes over there. Okay, and end of turn. Aha, I'm feeling a bit better. He's down to 12. I'm at 24. I'm feeling as if we're getting together on this one. The troops are rallying after a bit of maneuvers out in the field. They're getting the hang of this military lark. The pirates pull a yellow. They pull a Star Empire faction. The boss attacks with twice the cost of the card. It's only worth 1. Yay, 2 hit points. And I have to discard 2. That's not quite so clever. But we'll lose 2 authority. And I have to lose 2 cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's get rid of those 2, which is what I had to do. He's hit me. I've got the 2 points. My turn. Here we go. So, aha. You can now see this is the first time I've got 2 green ones coming up together. They are allied. So the secondary properties kick in. So this is great. I only need 12 points to knock this dude down. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've got 12 points there, and I've got draw a card. Target draws a card, scout. But my 12 hit points against his 12 authority takes him down to 0, which means we have just defeated the Pirates of the Dark Star. Yay for the citizens of Minerva. This is wonderful. So we've got rid of them, and we now dig out our campaign sheet and see what happens next. But there we go. So we've just won our very first game in the campaign. We've defeated the Pirates of the Dark Star. And we will talk anon.